Hi, welcome to Good Forward TV. My name is Ash. I'm your CEO, which is Chief Entertainment Officer. Let's get the apologies out the way early. Apologies for the COVID hair and the COVID beard. But as you know, this is what it's going to be like for at least the next 4 weeks. But perhaps just a little bit longer. On Good Forward TV, each week we're going to profile the winners and the big personalities that are using the Good For platform, introduce them to the broader network and have a little bit of fun along the way as we do each Saturday. But for more information, of course, head to the platform on goodfor.com.au and also check out the free play in there for if you just want to have a bit of a sample before you take the leap. And obviously, if you're interested in setting up your own competition, all the information is also on the website. But our first guest for Good Forward TV is last week's winner, Darren McCandless. And it's quite appropriate that Darren is our first guest, as he was the very first phone call that I made actually on the first week of lockdown, the first weekend of lockdown, and just said, hey, these are the horses I'm following, who are you on? And it was from that moment there that Good For was spawned into what it is today. So without any more chatter, let's catch up with Darren.
All right.
You had a cracker on the weekend.
Yeah, that was good. I
Are we allowed
enjoyed it.
to talk about that you won, or is that off topic?
No, it's okay. Yeah, it was a good day. I think it's actually more fun when you come from behind. Geez, that didn't come out too well, but I just think that when you're winning, there's a lot of stress and pressure on you all day.
Yeah.
But when you're coming up the ranks, it's exciting. You just see yourself jump.
You did come from nowhere, and then next thing you were sort of a contender, and next thing you were even, and I was like,
that's right.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the way it's set up now is the last 2 or 3 races, the people who you're tying with, you can actually see what their bets are.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's exciting to see what horses you're waiting for last race, because I know last race I sort of knew which numbers I wanted to come in and which ones I didn't want to come in. Yeah, finally got there. It's funny though, one of my good mates on the competition, Jacko, I'm not sure if he's really interested in winning. I just beat myself and Owen every week.
I do have some inside information on that.
Yeah, he just sends messages in the morning saying, I'm really going to beat you and Owen today. And I said, is that all you're worried about? And he says, yeah.
There's a few others like that too.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a bit of banter there. And he says, I don't like to see you Irish pricks finishing ahead of me. I said, okay. When I look down the board and he's generally below me, that's quite exciting. And,
he's had a couple of good weeks though.
That's right. Yeah. It's always good to finish on top of Josh too. When you see your dad finishing above you a little bit, that's a bit frustrating. And then my sister finished above me a couple of times. That was pretty painful.
She's won it.
Yeah, she did win it. Yeah. But it's good to see her down the bottom now where she belongs.
So tell us about the worm. So there's obviously now it's sort of infiltrated into the Pioneers competition where the winner is obligated to do the worm. Yes. So give us the background of that.
I guess when you're growing old, and that's when you're younger, you get out and about every now and then. You can be a bit daft sometimes. I used to do the worm was my party trick. Most dance floors all over Melbourne used to get the worm. Go out at the beginning of the night with a really nice white shirt on, and I'd come home the next day, it would be full of stains, bourbon, glass, cigarette butts, spew, everything, because I'd be going across the floor doing the worm most of the night.
That was before the worm, wasn't it?
This was after kids. Yeah. I loved doing the worm, and I used to wake up the next day. I wasn't sure if I cracked a rib or if I twisted my ankle, but I retired the worm probably about 3 or 4 times. Retired it at after a couple of weddings when I ruined a couple of good suits. A couple of Christmas parties, as you well know, Ash. And the return of the worm was probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah. It's come back again.
So how did it come into Pioneers? Can you remember? Into the tipping comp?
Look, if I think I'm right, it might have been Peachy. I think it might have been Peachy. He was, as we were saying, he gets a bit excited early on, and he was throwing the worm out, and then his good wife, my sister, she tried to give it a crack and ended up with gravel rash on her chin. Or was it carpet burn? I think it might have been Peachy who started the worm off.
It was a horse called Grey Worm got up in one of the races, and so he put up a photo of himself doing the worm.
Can I ask you a question, Ash? How you finding the club so far?
Awesome. Yeah, it's great. I think we have a ton of fun with it as well, and there's competitions within competitions, and that's always like you're talking about Jacko before. So it's really good. So I mean, I'd love to see it continue its growth trajectory, and get more and more people involved. So.